You're listening to Grant's Rants. Subscribe and spread the word.
There are a lot more rants to come.
Listen anytime on all major podcasting platforms. And now, back to the show.
Yes, and we're back. We're back with Justin Martindale here on the stage. And we've got an audience full of folks that are enjoying the rants, I hope, and thank you for coming. And we've got a bunch of former co-hosts. I brought a lot of people back. But we need to see if Lindsay and Dina finally made it. Dina's house, recently in foreclosure. I think she lost it. Yeah. So, she probably needs a little bit of we all could use a little bit of a laugh. But Dina, let's see how she feels after Chase took her house. Dina, Lindsay, are you here? Are they here? Christy? Go
Wait,
over.
Oprah?
Christy, stage
Are you in
left.
the house? Oh.
Girl, what is going on? Yes, over here.
Wait, Oprah?
Jesse, welcome to the rant.
Don't you recognize this, Dina and Lindsay?
All right, so we've got Jesse, and we've got Noah, and we've got Jay, also former co-host. Welcome, guys. How are you enjoying the show?
Loving it. Top 5, couldn't agree more.
Top 5, yeah. I knew you'd be there for number 1.
Oh, yeah.
I knew you would approve of number 1.
Jay called it.
Did you not invite Aliana?
Who's that?
The sister.
Oh, the sister.
sister.
Oh,
What about the reality show?
She got kidnapped, right?
Oh, I don't know what happened to her. Talk about the big. I don't know if you follow Lindsay on social media, but that Aliana Lohan is the biggest clinger and hanger on.
Where's she
She's got
at,
nothing
though?
going on.
She remember when she
What happened
modeled
to
and
the
then Kendall
Christmas
Jenner
album?
was like, sit down?
Yeah, that was it. That was like
Yeah.
the last thing she did.
Yeah.
Living Lohan, also an amazing show. Like, unbelievable. It's like bootleg on YouTube. Like, where they make it like small. They make it like a little like window. Like, that's the only way to see it now. But yes. Welcome to the Rants, guys. Noah, what's going on?
Not too much. I don't have any grapes, but
Well, you need to get some fruit in your drink. And who else is here? We've got behind you, Christy. We have Jay.
Oh, hello, Jay.
Hey, Christy. Hey, Justin. Hey, Grant.
Hi.
You guys are doing great so far. I'm having a good time.
Thanks. It was important to me that I invited everybody. I did. I invited everybody from the show to come back to this.
It's such a blast. Yeah.
May I say, like, all the right people are here, because there are a few people that I did invite that I don't talk to anymore, but I was like, I am going to just invite everybody and see who shows up. And here we are. So thank you for coming, guys.
Thank you for having us.
And let's take a moment now. I want to shift these cards around. I'm here with Justin Martindale. As I mentioned, he's from What the Fashion. He's also a stand-up. And let's do it. Let's hear what's going on. I'm ready for you. Let's do it.
Am I performing now?
Yes, this is your, please. Everyone give him a round of applause. Come on, let's
Dance. Okay. Grant, you gonna sit? Where are you gonna, in the fern? Okay. Happy Pride Month, everyone. It is the last official day of Pride until Shame Month. I have to just tell a story right off the top. So I went to the Standard downtown. Glad was having like this thing, and I finished off my Pride Month like perfectly. We're leaving the elevator, getting in to leave the party, and all of a sudden I'm looking out and I see a phone fly off the balcony. And I was like, what? And it was one of those things, you ever see a phone getting thrown off a balcony? And everyone kind of turned over and looked at me, and I was like, what me? There's a man next to me, and he's like, that was me. My husband's cheating on me. And we were all like, whoa. And then we get in the elevator, and we're like, it was like my Solange moment that I've always wanted. Yeah. Trapped in an elevator with an angry gay. And the husband was like, I'll take the next elevator. And we're like, yeah, you will. So we get in, he's like, yeah, 18 years. 18 years. I'm like, that's my favorite song, that Kanye song. But he was like, 18 years, found out he was on Growler. Didn't know what that was. Neither did the straight, busboy next to me. He was like, what's Growler? We're like, shut up. Keep going. Cheated on him for 5 years. Has 2 kids. Unprotected sex. It was everything. That's all I wanted. I was like, that's the nail in the coffin for my Pride Month, witnessing a just phone get thrown off the balcony. But then me and my 2 friends were like, we have to find the phone. So we went around the whole block to see if someone had like been hit in the head or a car window had been smashed, because that's a far journey for a phone. So happy Pride. It gets better. What else? I'm into camping a lot this summer. That's what. Oh no. Okay. Are you camp shaming me right now?
Sorry.
You don't like camping?
My parents made me do it.
I'm sorry. I love camping.
Thank
And
you.
it's fun. I just need to get out of town. You know, there's a lot of shit going on in the world, and I just need to like get out and camp. And I take one survival thing with me every time I go camping, and that is a lesbian. Because if lesbians will keep you alive. Like that's I don't need a fire starter. And I take my lesbian with me. Her name is Denise, and she's my Patronus actually. So she's my, like I just have my wand. I'm like, Denise, and she comes out into like a little cloud of smoke. She's like, what do you need? What do you need? A lantern, a hatchet? What do you need? Solar panels, a moonwalk, a fondue machine. I'm like, fondue? Let's do this. She's the best. She's great. And last time we went to the desert, she brought mushrooms, which I've never done mushrooms before. I don't know if, are we a mushroom crowd here? And so she had them in chocolate bar form. So she's like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to eat this, then we're going to walk out in the desert. I'm like, okay, ow. And so as I'm swallowing the chocolate, she's like, oh, by the way. I'm like, what? Last time I did this, I saw pterodactyls. I'm like, see, we should have led with that, Denise. That would have been great. Just start off that way. Because all I wanted was to have my Moana moment and not get judged. I just want to walk out in the desert and see the light at the edge of the water. It's calling. That's all I wanted. No judgment, nothing. And now I have to be worried that I'm going to like take off all my clothes and be in the desert being found by a troop of Boy Scouts. Like I'm staring at the sun, peeling at my own flesh, going, do you see them too? Like that's not cute. Not on brand for me. But it was pretty cool because you realize when you're out camping that nature is real and scary. And so after we do the mushrooms, we go back to our campsite. Denise is killing a bison with her own bare hands. Used every part. We used all the parts of the bison, so made jewelry out of the teeth. And there's a camp spot right across from us, and there was this girl wearing this like pink, juicy velvet, a nice desert velvet onesie.
As we all
And she
are.
has a little dog with her, or something. It was like one of those dogs that just been inbred over and over and over, and it's like kind of like a cloud, and it barks like this, which translates into kill me. And so I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, I see a falcon in the sky, and it goes down, 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 and just takes off with the dog in its mouth. And yeah, it was awesome. And that's it. And the girl was just like, Chanel. It was gone. That's nature. It's a bitch. I know. What if I said it had rabies? Still? But it was pretty epic. And I never knew I would have like a David Attenborough moment. But I was literally like, because the mushrooms were kicking in, I was just like, behold, the mighty desert falcon. Look how it flies in the air looking for its prey. It sees an abomination down below. It was pretty intense. Nature's a bitch. I went to an escape room the other day. It was called Trader Joe's. I did it. I got out in 45 minutes. It was intense, yeah. And I'm being followed around. You know what Trader Joe's has like their playlist for every location. So I don't know what it is. Are there Latinos here? Yes? So I don't know what it is right now. I'm being followed around by a certain musician, a Billboard chart topper, Grammy Award winner, and that is Enrique Iglesias. I know, an oldie but a goodie, right? And I don't know what it is about Enrique Iglesias. I don't know if he has like really bad gas or if he has to like vomit, but he needs to like get that checked out, you know? So I'm at Trader Joe's buying sriracha because I'm a beast. And his song comes on the intercom and just starts pulling at me corazon strings, which means heart. Mm-hmm. And I start tearing up because I don't know why. And because this is what I hear. Would you dance? If I asked you to dance, would you smile? Look back. No, would you die for the your love? Want me? Yeah, tonight. I'm like, what the hell is happening, Enrique? Tu necesita agua? Thank you. I did, I'm trying to be a little more adventurous. I'll end with this because, you know. I'm trying to be a little more adventurous, so I did something really out of my bubble recently. I went to the Renaissance Fair. Have we been to the Renaissance? Have you been to the Renaissance Fair? Yeah. It's a lot, right? It's like a whole thing. Like I had to pick a safe word. It's LaCroix. And I wanted to go because I wanted to hear things that like people don't say anymore, like huzzah, and like, oh my lord, I pray you. Or like, please find me if I fall in the shower, you know, something like that. And so we get there and we walk in. The first thing I see is this grown man with a goat mask on, you know, just a good old-fashioned goat mask. Little goat feet. He has a pan flute, and he's literally staring at me going, and I'm staring back at him like, Kevin, you're a manager at Best Buy. You're better than this, you know? This is why the wife left, you know? It's intense. So much boobs, too, at the Ren Fair. A lot of boobs. Cleavage up to here. And I went to the beer to get the beer stand, so you have to go get, like, tokens and shit. And I got Me Too'd at the Ren Fair, which was, check that off my bucket list. There was a wench, and she was like, you want a beer, Daddy? And I was like, yeah? Yeah, you're gonna drink all this foam off the top, Daddy? And I'm like, I'm sorry if your theater minor didn't work out, Rachel, but just give me the beer and let's get through this nightmare. And she's like, yeah, suck the top off that. And I was like, you do see the highlights, right? Like, this isn't working out, and I'm sorry, but I'm kind of into jousting. So that was fun. And then she shoved a wine bottle in my mouth, an empty wine bottle, and jerked it off in front of my friends. Yeah, it was pretty intense. And my friends were like, holy shit, Justin's like getting Me Too'd. And I was like, yeah, thanks for helping out, guys. And they're like, no, we're just really impressed that we didn't know you didn't have a gag reflex. I was like, time's up, Ren Fair. And that's my time. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. That was magical, right?
Thank you very much. That was great. Thank you, Justin. Mr. Martindale, everyone.
Do I stay here?
Yeah. Let's chat. So I want to talk to you about the show.
Let's talk.
Let's talk. The show that you do over at Snapchat for E. What the fashion?
Okay, yeah. So
this show, what do you do if you don't have the concept of the show? You commentate on outfits and looks. It's a lot of Kardashians.
Yes.
Which I'm like, wow. But what do you do if you don't have an opinion on an outfit?
I just let the other two girls. I do this show every Thursday on Snapchat called What the Fashion. It's on E's channel, and my co-hosts are Zuri Hall from E News and Morgan Stewart from Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, and we just have fun, and It's like it's every week. It's like the numbers get crazier and crazier and crazier, and we're hoping it gets to actual like TV. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's way
seems like the
fun.
way to
We have
go,
such a good time, but it's just like I'm inspired. I wrote for Joan Rivers like back in the day for Fashion Police, and so it's just kind of a cool little nod to her, I guess. And like being a comedian myself, I get to like make my own kind of jokes, and they kind of like animate whatever I say and kind of put it on their faces and stuff, but. It's cool. I'm not like a big fashion expert, obviously, but it's fun to pretend to be one.
How did you get a gig like this? I mean, it's a great stop.
Yeah, I mean, just E has been watching me for years, and they were finally it just kind of meshed, and
It works.
And Snapchat was like, yeah, we love him. So
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, you're clearly like very successful. How did you navigate through LA comedy?
How so? How do you mean?
Well, you've got this show. You've got a show coming on E that you're the
Yeah.
host of,
Yeah.
which many people who have been in Rants alone would love to be in an opportunity and a spot to do that.
Yeah.
So, like, how do you get to where you are? Like, what do you attribute
Hard
your
work,
success to?
busting your dick off. That's, I mean, it's so weird. I mean, like, really, really playing with the boys club and like going elbows, just knocking bitches back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a male-dominated field,
yeah.
and it's just cool to be different. And I'm a gay person, and I'm a gay comedian, and I like to show these boys that I'm not fucking going anywhere. Can I cuss? I'm sorry. So it's
Are there
because
a lot
there's
of,
voices that need to be heard, and I'm tired of people being like, "Oh, well, you're less than." I'm like, "No, I'm more than."
Yeah,
So,
exactly,
yeah.
Are there a lot of politics in that field of work?
There can be, yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, it's typical.
It just depends on who you know and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, and da-da-da-da. But
Yeah.
I've been doing it by myself for, I mean, I just celebrated my 9th year at the Comedy Store this week, so
That's great.
it's just cool.
Good
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you. That's great.
And, you know,
So now, typical in LA fashion, you've got a big project coming up that does not have a title.
the worst title.
So, like, how do you promote the show?
I have no idea.
Is there a date, or is it just
There-
like,
okay,
So
here-
it's very like I'm doing it, but
But,
hold on.
Yeah, it's so right now the working title is called The Funny Dance Show. I know, tune in. So my friends Justine Marino and Heidi Halstead, the two of them created a show. For a year, we did a monthly show up in the belly room of the Comedy Store. So it's just cool that we got to create in our home, like a show. And it's pretty much American Idol meets Dancing with the Stars meets Lip Sync Battle, where we get 2 teams of comedians and we pair them up with an actual choreographer from probably like So You Think You Can Dance. We're pretty much combining the elements of dance and comedy together. So they have a week to learn a routine. They learn a duet with their team, and then they learn a solo. And so we take it, after the week, we take them to the stage. They do their duets, do their solos, and the winner of the challenge gets $10,000 to donate to a charity of their choosing.
Oh, that's great.
And the aspect that I'm in is I'm the Simon Cowell on the panel.
Oh.
So I
you.
get to like kind of give it to them good.
Yeah.
Then we have a expert judge in dance who actually knows what the hell they're talking about, and then we're gonna rotate stand-up comics as the third chair.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so we
I love
start
rotating.
pre-production July 8th, and I think we actually start taping it in August for E.
Well, congratulations.
The original name was called
Yeah.
Stand Up to the Streets, which was my favorite
Yeah,
thing ever
Stand Up
because
to
it
the
was
Streets.
it was like Step Up meets like like it was
Yeah.
so fun. But they were like, we don't want Stand Up in the title, so
Oh, well. That's
we have to
ridiculous.
change it. So if you
That's
have any
really ridiculous.
ideas, like
Yeah.
please send them my way on Twitter.
So for those listening, they're interested in the show. Like, what should they do? How should they find out when it's coming on? Where can they find anything?
Well, just follow me on everything.
There you go.
Follow me on
Good
Instagram,
answer.
Justin Martindale, at Twitter,
Perfect.
Just Martindale.
Oh.
Yeah, and Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a thing still?
Yeah. I
Right?
don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Justin.
Yeah, of course.
Congratulations on your
Thank you,
success.
Thanks for
I appreciate
having
it.
me.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys.